Hey yo, what it do YouTube? It's your boy Alvin MB10 aka AMR10, and what I got for you today is some more NBA 2K23 Next Gen. Now the build that I have for you today happens to be the best Damian Lillard build on NBA 2K23 Next Gen, and as you would expect, the build comes with gold slithery finisher, pro contact dunks, gold tier 3 shooting badges, Hall of Fame quick first step, some defense, and some really good physicals. Now the main reason for making this build is because, as most of you know, Damian Lillard just came off a 71-point game against the Houston Rockets a few nights ago, shooting 13 of 23 from 3 after having won the 3-point contest. And after doing all that, ladies and gentlemen, it's only right that we make a build for him. Plus, low-key, we haven't made a Damian Lillard build all year. Now, as most of you know, he is the starting point guard, right-handed, jersey number 0 for the Portland Trail Blazers, aka the face of the franchise. Height-wise, he apparently comes in at 6'2", weighing 195 pounds with a 6'7" wingspan, even though I personally believe he's about 6'1". Body shape-wise, you can elect to go with what you want to here, because obviously it plays no real impact on the game in itself, but I like to tend to go with solid or compact, just because I feel like defined is way too clunky when you're playing the game. Now, before we get into the skill breakdown for this build, I do gotta say a special shout out to all of you for all the support you have been showing to the channel. It is really appreciated and it goes a long way with me, so thank you very much. But I also do gotta say, if you like today's video and you wanna see more content like this, then do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button down below. If you're new to the channel and you haven't done so yet, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning post notifications on. And don't forget to drop a comment down below telling me what you think about the build, whether you like it, you hate it, or, you know what I'm saying, whether there's things about it you'd improve. Also drop a comment telling me what other builds you guys want to see on the channel. And lastly but not least, please do join the Discord, because we are trying to grow our community over there. That way we can all keep in contact with each other, discuss builds, basically develop at this game, as well as just generally have a place to just be yourself and have some fun. Now, getting the physicals out the way first, we decided to go with the highest stamina rating I've ever put on a build with a 93, as well as giving it a vertical of a 70, because this build does come with pro contact dunks, a strength of a 39 that was brought along by me putting the driving layup up, and then of course an 83 on the speed and excel, just because Damian is not one of the fastest players in the league, but he is fast enough. Now, to get the finishing just basically wrapped up, we went with an 85 on the driving dunk so that we could get pro contact dunks. We could have gone with an 86 to get gold limitless, but I felt like there was no need for it, especially on this build, just because the main thing we're trying to stick to here is Damian Lillard's current game reflects around him cutting to the hole and just being nice with finishing at the hoop. There is a few contact dunks here and there, but it basically works around him attacking the hole and just finishing through contact, which is why we also decided to give him an 89 driving layup, because as most of you know, this gets you gold slithery, and a 67 on the close shot, because this does get us 21 total finishing badge points. Now, if you are me, I would core slithery finisher, slap on fearless finisher, acrobat, giant slayer, and then most likely put on limitless takeoff just for the hell of it. Now, shooting wise, as Damian Lillard did shoot 13 of 23 from 3 and he did win the 3-point contest, we had to put a lot of respect on his 3-ball and decided to give him a 93, just because at a 94 there's no real benefit, but at a 93 there's the benefit of we get all tier 3 badges at gold, plus we get Hall of Fame on all of the tier 1s that are related to 3-point shooting. And of course, if we take it any lower, we don't get that Hall of Fame catch and shoot. Now, we did put the mid-range jump shot all the way up to an 85 because we did want to get at least 28 total badge points on this build. And then we put the free throw up to a 75 because, again, you might want to take this build into the rec or the pro-am, because it is going to be one of the best point guard builds for it, in which case you want to be able to knock down free throws. Now, again, if you're me, I would at least get Agent 3's Limitless Range and Deadeye. And then from there, it's your choice of tier 1 and tier 2 badges, depending on how you want to mismatch it. So obviously, core Agent 3's 14 badge points spent here, and then with the last 14, you can do whatever you necessarily want to do. Now, playmaking wise, decided to go with an 89 when it came to the ball handle, because this does allow you to get Hall of Fame quick first step, a 79 when it comes to the speed with the ball for the extra badge point, and a 79 on the pass accuracy for another badge point. Key thinking here is, with this build, you want to be a great ISO player, in which case you want to be able to get Hall of Fame quick first step. You also possibly want to slap on gold killer combos, which you would core. And then, of course, from there, it's your choice of going with, I'd get handles for days, just because even though we put the stamina up, you do still burn through quite a bit whilst you're dribbling. And then, depending on your playstyle, you can go with a series of tier 1, tier 2s, and possibly either clamp breaker or mismatch expert. Now, defensively, we decided to go with a 79 on the perimeter defense to get that silver challenger, plus, you know what I'm saying? And then we also decided to go with a 79 on the steal, just because at a 78, we do get silver interceptor, but at a 79, we get an extra badge point, which helps quite a bit. And then on the block side of things, we decided to go with a 53 just because it does mean that we get the capabilities of getting another badge point, which allows us to finish with 17 total defensive badge points. Again, if you're me, core interceptor, slap on challenger or clamps depending on which one you want to run the most, and then from there it's just a simple combination of tier 1 and tier 2 badges. I'd personally go with ankle braces and workhorse just because you are a guard and those really do play a part for you. Now, sorry about that. In total, we do finish with 21 finishing, 28 shooting, 22 playmaking, and 17 defensive badge points, giving us a grand total of 39, 67, 88. And with the +4 you get from having played previous My Career games, that gives you a grand total of 92 total badge points on this here Damian Lillard build. Now, getting straight into takeovers, the very first one you got to go with is Limitless Range, because in that game we did see Damian Lillard pull up from about 39 feet. And then for the secondary one, I'd go with Pull Up Precision just because the way he was shooting off the dribble with some of those shots, it was so impeccable that you got to respect this game and give him both 2 of the best shooting takeovers, or at least scoring takeovers. Now, in the shades of, we do manage to get Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf as the first one, Darius Garland as the second, and of course Damian Lillard as the third slot. And it says the build we've made happens to be a 3-level shot creator, which makes a whole lot of sense because that is technically Dame's game and there's not that much defense put into it, but hey, maybe that's just because of how it is. Now, you do me a favor, go ahead and down below in the comments and tell me what you think about the build, whether you like it, hate it, whether there's anything you'd necessarily change about it. Also, tell me what other builds you guys want to see me put on the channel. And don't forget, if you're new to the channel and you ain't done so yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as turning post notifications on. And lastly but not least, don't forget to join the Discord because as I said, we are trying to grow a community and over there we are talking about a lot of things. But yeah, it's been your boy Alvin MB10 aka AMR10. I'll catch you in a bit. Deuces.